I'm walking the bull, go, 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 out for the. I'm walking the bull, go, 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 out for the. I'm walking the bull, go, 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 out for the.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Loud Spot. I'm your host, Sebastian Cosme, straight out of Oklahoma City. Tonight we have a great show for you guys. We are doing Metal Fridays. I don't know if we're going to do metal every Friday, but this Friday we are doing just straight metal. So I got some beer I'm drinking right here. I'm drinking Michelob, which is not metal, but it is low in carbs, so that's why we're drinking it. I got a very good friend of mine that I've known since he was in junior high and I was in high school. I was in 9th grade. He was in 8th grade. His name is Daniel Chavez, and he lives out in California. So what's going on, Daniel?
Oh, not much, man. I'm excited you got this podcast going, showing off some local music. Pretty cool idea.
Yeah, this is great for you and me to do this. We used to go to all kinds of local shows back at the Three Oaks Community Center. And you know who I'm playing music? You know whose music I'm playing on the show? Malcontent.
Oh, wow.
They're still playing. They sound good. They're coming out with a new album this year.
That's crazy.
I know.
Wow.
I'm pretty excited about it. So
it's a blast from the past.
Also, your brother Evan called and he wanted to hear the episode. And so since since he's going to listen to this, we cannot be talking a bunch of shit about him.
Obviously not. Yeah. All right.
So there's this band I want to play. The first song I want to play is called Silence the Voice. They're out of Phoenix, Arizona. Dude, check this out, Daniel. Their drummer is 9 years old.
Oh, wow. Really?
That's what they told me. So I believe I talked to one of their band members today, and because I read that story and I was like, dude, 9? He's not. Like, I didn't talk to the 9-year-old, but he's saying that there's a 9-year-old in the band, and he's just a prodigy drummer, I guess. So
that's incredible.
This song is called Insanity by Silence the Voice. You guys are gonna love them. That song badass, man.
Yeah, I can't believe that was a 9-year-old.
Dude, what's cool about doing this is I get to know all kinds of local bands from all over the world. I mean, literally all over the world. Later on in the show, we got a dude from Manchester, England, who's going to be rocking out on this. I got a dude from Manchester, England. I got a guy from India. I got a dude who's Dutch. And it's like all these bands are reaching out to me. So it's really, really kind of a neat thing. It's super fun. You know what? You know what that song reminds me of? It reminds me of skateboarding. And when I think of skateboarding, I still think about that time where we had some like makeshift ramp, I think, and the skateboard hit your chin.
Oh yeah.
Like stuck to your chin. You still got a scar from it.
Yeah.
That was fun.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's incredible. I think it's really cool. Like the whole genre is like so rhythmic. So when you have a drummer who's on that can help move the song forward, it's really effective. It's really cool. And I mean, if you wouldn't have told me that was a 9-year-old kid,
I know, right?
I just thought like, oh, that's a pretty kick-ass drummer.
Yeah,
that's incredible, actually.
You know what? So you're probably the only friend that I have that I grew up with that really became really good at playing music. Like everyone else was okay, but you took it to a whole nother level in high school.
I nerded out a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, because you play guitar, piano, right?
Yeah.
And then you went to school. Didn't you go to some like production college or something like that?
Yeah, I went to UC Davis and I was doing, of all things, vocal performance. It was the only way they gave you money. I couldn't make it auditioning for guitar, but I hated that. I didn't really want to be singing classical music. I wanted to play guitar. So I ended up transferring out to a school in Florida for a technical degree for audio engineering. So I was like working in recording studios and stuff for a while. But yeah, I mean, you would hear, like, I ended up moving to Nashville, and you wouldn't hear the variety of music that, like, maybe you're featuring on this, whatever. It was a lot of the same genres. But they had, like, Christian rock and other things. I do recall I got to hear the one of the Deftones records before it came out.
Nice.
The engineer or producer Nick Raskulinecz was previewing our studio and put it on the speakers, and it was incredible. But we didn't have a lot of hard rock coming through, that stuff. But yeah, I had put my feet in some of the music for a while, not using it now, just kind of
right.
Doing it for fun. It's still valid.
You know, one of the coolest things is, I mean, and I don't really think about it much anymore, or even at the time I didn't, but how cool is it that the guitar player from Papa Roach lived in the same apartment complex?
That's
as you guys.
Insane if you really think about it.
It is.
Yeah.
I mean, we used to see him gather his stuff up and go. I remember one time me and Evan had spray painted the bottoms of our decks, like our skateboard decks, like Papa Roach, because we didn't realize that Jerry lived in your apartment complex. And then when we realized that, we were super embarrassed. at least I was. I don't know, man. But we used to.
That's really funny.
I mean, then we used to. I remember the first band we played in. I don't know if it was you. You were there. I think you were there. We would have a red wagon. We'd bring it from my parents' house to your house,
yes,
and we would take like the Back Creek Road, like to get to Beelard Park.
Yeah, those were some fun memories.
I know, man.
That's really funny. Yeah, I remember actually toting that thing around and kind of making the small little practice. I think it was like a PDM, little bass amp, tip over and break. No more band.
No more band. I remember our first band practice we had at our house. We thought we were so cool. I was like screaming on the drums. Do you remember that?
I don't know how your dad didn't come and
my dad's at work. My mom was deaf.
No, I know that.
so I'm like, she couldn't hear. You know what I'm saying? Like we lucked out with that because we were able to do that at the house.
Yeah.
God, man, that was such good times. Okay, so this next band, they are called Jack Lust, and this song's called High Noon. Before I play them, I do want to say one thing. I would like to thank every artist, every musician, every band that sends me their music to play it. We appreciate it. We support you guys. Support us. Watch our YouTube videos and listen to the podcast. Share the news. We're trying to grow this thing. We have over 200 subscribers in just under 2 weeks. And it's because we're reaching out to bands and they're not able to play concerts right now with COVID. And I think some places are letting them, but they're not able to tour. And so this is an outlet for people to listen to them. And all these songs that I'm playing tonight, I picked up on iTunes. So you like it, support them. And it's Metal Friday, guys. Let's go. Here's the Jack Lust with High Noon. Dude.
That's cool.
They're so different sound. Like,
that's what I was going to say. It's really, really kind of interesting to hear a bass guitarist lead the way on a heavy metal.
Their bass player was badass.
Yeah, it really was. It was really, really cool.
Shout out to their bass player.
You don't always get to hear that. And it's like, I don't know if the guy's playing with a pick or has, all the strength in those fingers in the world, but it was like there was a lot of clarity to it, and it was really percussive. It was really cool.
What's the music that I'm getting? I'm surprised by the amount of just because when we were trying to do music, we sucked. Like every recording, anyways. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't. I don't know if it's a technology nowadays that makes a lot of these local bands sound better, or if these guys are just older and have a lot more money and they're able to go to an actual studio.
No, you know what? Honestly, to be fair, like because we even saw this one in the recording studio, we'd have people come in and they would bring almost a fully fledged out album that they would track themselves at home. The technology makes it so accessible to do it, and you really kind of once you're in a studio, you kind of use that environment to just kind of evoke all these new creative ideas that you couldn't do sitting behind a laptop.
Right.
But yeah, you can absolutely do everything. Everything that I had sent you earlier in the week, I just did that on my computer by myself.
Yes.
Programmed drums, recorded everything in my closet. That's a little fun. You can do a lot. And the great thing is that the gap between the really pristine, high quality audio and what the average consumer is going to get when they get a highly compressed audio file from iTunes is really small. You're not going to hear it. If you do a good job of getting your levels and really paying attention to the craftsmanship of arranging your song in general, you're going to, people are going to dig it. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter.
Yeah, and I can't wait because you did send me your music. I think you sent me 4 different tracks that you did.
Something like that, yeah.
And I listened to all of them, and they were all really good. And so I'm really excited to play. I want to do another show with just you and just play those songs.
That'd be fun.
So let's get another song, and if you have 5 or 6, we could fit, even sometimes depending up to 7 on a set in between talking. And that's about, we get 45 minutes. So I literally, with metal, I have so many bands I could probably do a 3-hour show just playing their music.
Oh, I bet. Yeah, because some guys will give you like those epics, those 13-minute.
Oh yeah, that's
kind of things.
That's the thing about metal, dude. Sometimes those songs just go like hard, dude. They just go on forever. But what's another thing I like about metal is that there's all kinds of different genres of metal. There's those two songs are completely different styles of songs, and this next one we're gonna play is even more different than those two. There's death metal. There's like kind of hard rock metal.
Oh, okay.
There's like emo metal, right? Screamo. That's kind of metal, So this next band is called Adaptis, and this song is called First Kill. I chose to play this song because I wanted to make sure that all my metal songs are diverse, and so this one was very different. So anyways, here is Adaptis with First Kill. I don't know. Okay, there was a band that I was going to be in one time. Because these guys found out I was a drummer. This is when I lived in Davis for a little bit, okay? And they wanted me to drum for them, and I was like, sure, I'll be your drummer. Then I heard the music sound like that, and I was like, I can't play to that. Like, I don't know what I can't.
My first thought as soon as it kicked off, and I was like, that's one of those technically proficient bands.
Yeah, yep.
Where it's like, you don't want to be the guy that can't do it.
I couldn't do it. I was like,
because the whole band won't be able to do it. Like that, that they probably had to really search for other band members to do that kind of stuff. It's kind
of like an offbeat, right? Like not offbeat, but like it's off rhythm. Like they do like a 3/5 or so.
Syncopation and odds time signatures. Yeah, you can't do that unless you're technically proficient.
I can't do that.
Practice.
I'm just like got you know, like just ready, like just play. Give me some pop punk, dude. That'll be awesome.
Yeah,
I do that
of course.
all day long. So, and then to get your voice like that, I know that Evan had a friend in Vegas when he was staying out there named Marcus who could do that growling.
Yeah, conflict of interest, I think.
Yeah, conflict. And I have no idea how I couldn't do that to my voice. I wish I could. That'd be pretty cool to do if I could.
Well, you were talking about EMB and Bryce, whatever. I remember who asked him. We were
EMB was
at one of
dope,
the concerts,
dude.
And then I think it was either Sean or someone else had asked him, like, man, how do you do that? And he was like, just chug a bottle of honey before every show, man.
I still talk to Bryce, man. Bryce actually gave me a couple bands to play, and last time I was in California, I went and visited him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, I think he was a sound guy, I think, for the Vans Warped Tour recently.
That's way cool. That's really cool.
Yeah, we stay in contact. Dude, EMB, remember going to their concerts? Remember, they would like do the rap rock where there would be like there'd be a mosh pit when they would go hard, and then when Bryce would go down like that, drop bombs like Hiroshima, atomically I conquer thee, blah 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 blah, whatever he says, you know. I
remember that band being the one that made me think twice about, like, maybe I should play bass instead.
Really?
The bass player, I remember he had this 5-string bass, and like I remember he would spit in the crowd, and sometimes I got that on my bass, man. But I do remember being like, I didn't know you could do that with the bass. Like some of the sounds he would do, and I think it was because they were like blended genres, like they really were.
Absolutely.
And he just totally leaned into it, and it was really cool.
Well,
when you get those, there's like super creative and like just kind of fearless, and I like it, so I'm gonna play it and see if other people like it too. That's when you get some of the really like inspired stuff. It's really cool. And
I remember that when they would rap, you know, the crowd, instead of being in a mosh pit, like kind of walk around in a circle, like they would like circle around, you know, like, and then as soon as they would go hard, just the mosh pit would break. I remember, didn't you get clotheslined?
Mosh one. I don't know how many more scars I could show on this show, but here's another one. That was.
Did you go to the hospital?
A Roach concert. And I remember sitting outside having a bandage on my head, and some kid said like it was my fault the concert got shut down or whatever. But
that's right.
He told someone actually threw a brick through the window.
That's right. And then Jacoby.
So that's why it stopped. But it was like there was some crowd surfing, and I caught a heel of a shoe right on the side of my head. Yeah. And I just remember like kind of like going like this, fainting, and then I don't know if it was you or some other people just like dragged me out. I don't remember. It was a good show.
Yeah. If you don't remember, it was a fun time, and you weren't even drunk, though. You were sober, and you don't remember because you got knocked in the noggin.
Yeah.
Man. You know who has a new album out, which I think is okay, and I don't even know if I should say it on here because I'm going to kind of judge it a little bit, is Corey Taylor from Slipknot. He has a new single. He's a singer of Slipknot. He has a single out called... It's CMFT, which stands for Corey Motherfucking Taylor. And he kind of raps in it, which is not that good, but then he has like some real rap artists in there that are pretty good. But I don't know. It's Slipknot. Slipknot to me was like a turning point for metal. Because they were like the first they were one of the first mainstream, like super platinum album mainstream metal groups, weren't they? Because Now, you guys introduced me to rock music. I used to listen to rap music before I, became friends with you guys. I
just listen to whatever my brother did, honestly.
Yeah. Everyone was like a huge Green Day, Sublime.
I was just playing it cool.
I remember the first day I went to your house. I used to go there every day after school, just about.
I know. My mom was like, "These are my 3 kids."
Yeah. Well, your mom always had food cooking on the stove, dude.
Hispanic ladies, what are you gonna do?
every single time. I mean, it goes there like rice and beans and tortillas, and so it was always a good after school snack. And plus, if I didn't go there, your brother would cry about it.
Yeah.
So,
but that's kind of honestly like it's those kind of things that I think is probably how a lot of these like bands start. You know, it's like one friend in the group is like, wouldn't it be cool if we like played music together? And everyone's like, I don't know how to play.
That's what we did.
It's like this whole fear of like, well, I don't either. Kind of just is like, okay, now it doesn't matter. We're all at the same
I don't remember
point. You know,
I don't remember how it happened specifically, but I remember we talked about starting a band, and then didn't Evan play the bass originally? And you played guitar
for my birthday.
That's right.
And I tried to play it for about 2 or 3 days, and I was so embarrassed because I couldn't get a good sound out of it. I like hid it under my bed. And then 6 months later was my brother's birthday, and he got a bass. Because he was like, "No, you got to play guitar. It'd be cool because I don't have a bass."
Right.
Sebastian get drums. It'd be awesome. So
that's so fucked up that I had to buy the drum set. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like I have to be the drummer. The most expensive thing in the band to purchase. It worked out though.
Yes, but it's less of a rabbit hole, I think, because you buy one good kit and you're kind of done for a long time.
That's true.
I have way too many guitars and pedals, and it's a rabbit hole to play guitar, honestly.
Do you still play like every day? You got kids. Do you play every day or try to?
No, actually, I was for a while. They had so I live in Sacramento area right now.
Uh-huh.
And they have this really cool thing with a local music shop. It's called Weekend Warriors.
Okay.
And it kind of encourages people who haven't played in a while or want to play in a band to get out. So you like audition with a whole bunch of people, and then they, politely excuse the ones who wouldn't make it fun for everyone else.
Right.
Like, they're just not there yet to be in a band that's going to be ready to perform after only 4 practices. So they kind of keep the people that can do it. They learn like 5 or 6 songs and then to go and play. And so when I was doing that, I was like, oh, this is great. I'm going to start playing again. And it was really cool. It was nice. But it's like one of those activities where kids at a certain age can't be as absent for your own kind of personal hobbies.
Right.
And so I also do photography too. And so it's cool. I can just be in the living room taking pictures of them, and they enjoy it, making little movies, things like that. So it's just fun at the time being.
Well, I remember being super impressed. Like, you're the first person I was really impressed by when we were in high school. I was like, I don't know if I ever told you that, because I wasn't going to tell you in high school, dude. Like, you're not getting that from me back then.
You can't tell your friend's little brother that.
No. That's a no-go, bro. That's a no-go, dude. No, but I really was super impressed with the music. We don't have that much time left, so I might play 2 songs in a row right now.
Sure.
We're going to start off with Malicious, Inc., Red Flag, and then I'll figure out the next song. I'll introduce it before we play it. But this is Malicious, Inc., Red Flag. This song's pretty cool, guys. Check it out. All right, that was Malicious Inc. with Red Flag. And I'm going to jump right into this band's called Phantom. Right. I thought they were called Self-Destruction, but they're called Phantom. The song's called Self-Destruction. I thought they were called The Blood Moon is what it is, but apparently I was wrong. It's Phantom. Sorry, guys. I get so many bands, I get things mixed up. My bad. We're going to go ahead with Self-Destruction from Phantom. Phantom. Here we go.
Energy.
Hold on. All right, now we're back on. What'd you say?
Okay. I was going to say, the cool thing, the first band in that little 2-song segment really kind of reminds you how effective the breakdowns are in those genres.
They were kind of...
The whole song is so much energy, and then when they bring it down,
right.
Like, it doesn't matter how complex or how simple that breakdown is, that drastic shift in momentum, like you just can't help but just go right along with it.
Would you think
it was really cool?
Would you think the first band would be considered mostly like hardcore?
Yeah,
like hardcore. And this band, these are the guys from England. So the guy who sent me this, his name is Ethan Daniels from Manchester, England. And so that was really, when I first heard it, I was like, man, that's pretty, like, I like the way he sings. I like the Hopelessly Twisted, you know, that has a really good flow to it that I really enjoy. So we got 8 minutes left. I don't know if I have time for 2 more songs. I got one more by a band called Moon Burial I want to play right now, and then I want to play Grave Huffer, but I think we're going to have to make you guys wait for one more episode, another show, just because the timing, and Daniel and I just go back, so it's easy to start.
Yeah, when you get friends,
I know.
No surveys right now, but
I will give Grave Huffer a shout out. There's a whole lot of bands I want to give shout outs to, honestly, but I wanted to get them on tonight's episode. That's okay. We're going to go ahead and play Moon Burial, before we get off this podcast, really hope everyone enjoyed Metal Friday. I thought it was super, super fun having you on the show, but let's go ahead and play Reducer by Moon Burial.
Let's
check
do
them
it.
out. Dude, you know one thing I really love, Daniel? I love screaming, noisy, just like in your face, we don't give a shit type kind of music. Like, that's fun. Like, that song was fun to me. I like the little breakdown with the bump, bump, like the bassy breakdown, you know?
Yeah, that actually reminded me of, like, I don't know if you remember the Papa Roach Old Friends from Younger Years.
Oh, it does!
Some breakdown where it was like slapping on the bass.
Absolutely.
And that was the one that popped in my head. It was like nostalgic.
Absolutely. So what do you think about the show and what we're doing? And for the record, I got an awesome thrash band out of the East Coast that are, because I hate my intro and outro music. I reached out to them. They're called Hot Zone. Super cool dudes. They're making me. They already sent me the music files.
Oh, okay.
But the vocals aren't on it yet. So we're waiting for the vocals to come on. The music, the intro and outro I have now, it's just like, it's whatever. I made it on GarageBand on my phone one night when I was super bored. I was like, I need an intro and an outro. So it's actually just the same song as the intro and the outro. But what do you think about what we're doing? Like, what's your honest opinion about what we're doing here? And
honestly, like, and you've been there too. You know how hard it is to have anyone even listen to you.
Yeah.
When you're just making music for yourself, you know. And there's so many like online platforms where you can put your own music out there, but there's no real there's no give and take like there is with the crowd. You know what I mean?
Right.
So in times like right now, you're not having to give a dick with a crowd anyway.
No,
but
and there's a need for there's a need.
I think it's just one of those things where like it's gonna make someone's day to hear a song, or it's gonna really affect someone when the mood you're speaking about is the mood someone's feeling when they hear it in that moment. You know what I mean? So
absolutely,
it's great. More people need to hear more music. You know?
I mean, Daniel, you've been a fantastic co-host. You've been on the loud seat. I'm calling this the loud seat from now on. Either you're in the loud seat in my house or you're on the loud seat on the Zoom call. The loud seat, Daniel Chavez on the loud seat with the loud spot. Well, that doesn't make much sense. I'll get a catchy little phrase for it eventually, man.
It's all right.
I'll figure it out. But dude, stay right there. I don't want you to go anywhere just yet. I want to thank all the bands tonight that send me their music, that are letting us promote them. I promise we will get to a lot of other bands later on this week. It may not be a metal segment. It may just be on a regular show. But know when I do, I will hashtag. I'll do a little hashtag with the band on it. And I'll send a message to the band members that are all my friends on Facebook. And this is just an awesome community. The metal community has reached out to me the most out of any community, out of anyone. I mean, and I love punk music too, man. Like, I love a big punk rocker, but the metal community has shown me love. I'm showing them love. I'm going to continue to show you love. And as soon as this podcast is over, I got to go to 7-Eleven and get more beer. Because I'm out of beer, y'all. Peace.